All right, guys, today I want to show not so much a guard retention drill, but a drill I do that is to help develop my guard to make it a lot more difficult to pass than it normally would. And it's a simple drill. I think the last video I posted on this channel, I talked about doing arm bars without using your hands, just training your lower body to get in those positions. And it helps a lot because you naturally have more dexterity with your upper body, and it's easier to grip stuff. You can't really grip with your feet. And if you can't grip like you can grip here. So, taking your upper body out of the equation and forcing yourself just to use your lower body really develops your hips, it develops your leg dexterity. And consequently, if you develop those things, it makes your guard a lot harder to pass, right? So what I'm talking about, and in a gi, stand up, Kenny, like in a gi, I would typically just tuck my hands in my belt, but for no gi, I come here. And what I do is you can start closed guard if you want, or feet on the hips, it's really up to you guys, but you can't use your hands, right? Typically, right? So, I start here and we go. He tries to pass my guard and I just defend it. And, you're gonna get your guard pass with this drill. I don't care how good you are. You might have a good night where no one gets past, but it's tough. Because he can use all four limbs, I can only use two, right? And see, it's gonna happen, right? The key with this is sticky feet, as I call them. I gotta have my foot on something. If my feet are just like this, Kenny can just move them out of the way easily and pass. And he's gonna do that even if I have use of my hands, but here. Now, if Kenny goes to do something, all right, I bring it down there. Keep my feet sticky, he moves it here. Give him something to think about, right? Keep my feet on him, keep my hips pointed at him. If he points my hips away from him, and he points my hips one way, he's not in any danger. You gotta think of your hips like the crosshairs on a gun. If my hips are pointed at him, he's in danger. If my hips are pointed over here, and he's not over here, he's not in danger. Right? And this is it's an exhausting drill. It's frustrating as the bottom guy, but it really develops you. And you can, if you guys want, get my closed guard, you can start from here and fight like hell to not let him open your guard. Start closed guard, go. Obviously, Kenny can't pass the closed guard, so he's gonna have to stand up, fight that. Bring your knees in towards your chest, go. It's gonna be tough. Most guys are gonna stand up, and when they stand up, keep it close. Try fighting it. Try developing that closed guard strength, that dexterity. Right? And keep going. And then if he happens to open it, okay, go back in to what we've been doing, right? And it's tough, and you just got to keep going. And if you're able, it's not so much you're just defending. If you're able to get a sweep, it's going to be hard with no hands. And if I'm able to get a sweep somehow, even better. Now, another thing you can do, and I do this drill as well, is, okay, you use one arm, right? Typically, I like to start, I'm right-handed, so I'll typically start with my left hand. So now I have three limbs, go, and now I can come in here, and now my chances of success on a sweep are a lot higher because I can use a hand, right? And this is another thing you can do because you're still taking one arm out of the equation. And typically you take your strong arm out of the equation, it's gonna make your weakness, i.e. your weak hand, better. And just go, yeah. And it's tough, and you're probably still gonna get your guard passed, right? And see, I can pull this off, come here, and if you can attack a sub or submission with using the one arm, great, right? And what you can do is maybe the next round, switch to your strong hand. When I do this drill, what I typically do is do like 3 or 4 rounds with no hands, 1 round with my left hand, 1 round with my right hand, and then at the end, we'll go back and forth of just a guard pass drill. Being able to use both arms and both legs, because you'll see the difference and how much you've developed in that short time just by taking both of your weapons or one of your weapons away from you. This is a drill I find myself doing when I taught, when I had a lot of white belts in class. Because obviously there's a massive skill gap to where I'm at, to where they're at the time. So I would use this, and it's a heck of a workout. And then when I would roll with black belts, consequently my guard was harder to pass because I was used to not using my hands and really working on technique, right? It's hard to be a bully and be physical when you can't use your hands, right? This takes athleticism out of it too. So I make a lot of guys that are super athletic do this because it forces them to develop technique. When you can't use your whole body in unison as one unit, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So this is a drill. I do it all the time. I typically do it because I'm a big dude. I'm like 270 right now, 6'6". I'll do it with smaller guys. I'll do it with beginners. And sometimes even like blue or purple belts, brown belts. I get my guard passed at that point, but you go a little bit harder and it just makes you that much better. And this is a drill that there's really no impact. I have a really jacked up shoulder right now, so me not doing that is actually helping it heal and still keeping my game sharp. So there's a lot of ways it benefits you, and it just makes your guard a nightmare for anyone who's gonna try to pass it.